How's it going, everybody? Rybrad here today, and we are back with our Minnesota Wild Draft to Glory. We are in the playoffs, and I have a good feeling about this one, guys. We had one heck of a season this season, and I've really enjoyed it. I hope you guys have too. Show your support for this series by hitting that like button. All it takes is one little click. Can we get 10 of you guys to hit that click? And I hope it gives us some momentum and some positive energy for us to win this playoff series, and we are certainly going to need it. As you guys know, our opponents are the Edmonton Oilers. We have a serious challenge on our hands because we are a team that lacks that top-end talent. We don't really have the star players. I mean, Kaprizov, sure, Kirill Kaprizov, very, very good, but he's not McDavid level. He's not Draisaitl level. He's not even in the 90s. Craig TAKASHI's getting there. He's, I think, more promising right now considering he's 5 years younger than Kaprizov. Kaprizov might not ever hit the 90. I hope he does. But Kevin Fiala there as well. And at the end of the last episode, I asked you guys, what should we do with Mats Zuccarello? And I think the conclusion was we should get rid of him. Now, I think I'm going to split the difference. He's on an expiring contract, and we're going to see what it would take to bring him back one more year, but I don't plan on keeping him around. One more year at like $6 million is fine. This way he'll retain more value when we're looking to trade him and move him on. So that'll be good for us. And you know, then when we trade him, $6 million is not that much. We can deal with that. And then if we can't find a trade partner for Mats Zuccarello that's going to give us something that we deem valuable enough, 1 year at $6 million, I'm fine with that. We can do this whole song and dance one more time next season. But again, let's go back into the lines now that I've taken care of the business side of hockey. Our third line of Rossi, Nykulin, and Hartman has been a very good third line. Like, guys, this team is a lot better than I remember. And then Zach Parise, William Bitton, and Marcus Foligno. Zach Parise put in a ton of goals during the regular season on the fourth line. I mean, what a bounce back year from him. His career's winding down, as you can see there. But he put in 22 goals, was a plus, and that's fantastic to see. He's still getting some power play time too, so that's probably propping him up a bit. Defensively is where we lack a bit of talent. Ryan Suter has officially dropped off to 77 overall, and I don't see any reason why he's not going to retire. He has 2 more years, so next season would be the last year on his contract. We might be stuck with Parise's contract just for 1 more year. Those guys have no movement clauses, I believe. I think they're no movement clauses and not no trade clauses. Anyway, you guys can see Spurgeon and Soucy down there. That's a fine third pairing. The only thing I am worried about is Suter and Addison. Suter fell off quite hard, but hopefully the +5 can help him out. And then in goal, we've got Hunter Jones and Derek Baribeau. Hunter Jones had an okay season. Actually, that was a very, very good season. I don't know why I said okay. 910 and a 257 is really, really good. The last time he was in the playoffs didn't exactly go well. Holy crap. That was not a good game for him. But let's see what the Edmonton Oilers have to get in our way and maybe cause us some problems. I mean, we were a really good team during the regular season there, guys. So Dominic Cahoon, Connor McDavid, and Kyler Yamamoto. So 87, 97, 87. And then Marcus Sorensen and Jesse Puljujarvi are the wingers for Leon Draisaitl. And obviously their center core is going to be unrivaled. They've got Anders Bjork, Nick Cousins, and Nick Bukestad, so it's not too crazy. It's not ridiculous here. For their third line, it's pretty similar to ours. And then Benson, Forsbacka Karlsson, and Cassian. So very similar bottom 6 to ours. We might have a very similar top 6, except for the top talent. So we'll see if McDavid and Draisaitl just are unstoppable, or if our team approach can do something about it. Anyway, defensively, they easily have a better defensive core than we do with Nurse and Barry, Parayko and Clefbaum. I mean, any one of these would be our first pairing without a doubt. And then Oliver Kylington and Evan Bouchard. Again, a really good third pairing there. Really, really good roster here from the Edmonton Oilers. And in goal, they've got Casey DeSmith and Malcolm Subban. How did DeSmith do during the regular season? He did decent. It was okay. It's nothing I would rave about, but you know, it's a fine season. He did well enough, so not somebody that I think is going to steal the series, but definitely somebody that, you know, is serviceable and can get the job done. Speaking of getting the job done, let's jump into it. Game number 1 on home ice, the 57 win. I believe we had like 120 points in the regular season. Let's see if that carries over to the playoffs. First period, it's 1-1, and Jesse Puljujarvi scores in the power play, but Marcus Foligno gets the first goal for us. So the fourth line, even strength, chipping in Jesse Puljujarvi on the power play, and that's not something we want to do often, is give Edmonton a power play. Second period, oh my goodness, what a period. Brodin got us the lead, Draisaitl tied it, Zuccarello got us the lead again, Sorensen tied it, and then Parayko gets the Edmonton Oilers the lead, and we have a comeback to mount here. In the third period of game number 1, we give Edmonton another power play, but we do kill it off. Just about to hit 10 minutes gone in the third period. Neither team has scored, and we need at least one to force overtime here. And with 5 minutes to go, is anybody going to step up and be a late hero? Can anybody show signs of a comeback? It is Craig TAKASHI, the clutch gene, showing yet again. Craig TAKASHI, he has been so clutch over this series. He has easily become one of my favorite players all time in an NHL franchise mode. Craig TAKASHI, the stories written about this dude will last the life of the channel. But anyway, boys, game 1, overtime. Let's go watch it. Here we go, guys. It is overtime. Let's get it underway. It is Johansson. It is McDavid on the draw. McDavid wins it back to Darnell Nurse, and overtime has begun. Nurse gets in, but Zamenhof steps up, and now we got Marcus Johansson. His little speed around the outside. What's he going to do with it? He's going to stop with it. He's going to get checked, but he finds the middle. The shot saved. Kaprizov there to Smith with the save. And we found him out in front. He had a good opportunity, just couldn't get a lot of power on that wrister. First lines are still out there. McDavid wins the faceoff again, and I have a feeling that that's going to be a recurring theme. Cahoon finds Yamamoto, who does get poke checked by Greenway at the line, but now it's McDavid finds Cahoon. He's wide open. Yamamoto. Jones with the save. He's going to play it, though. We're going to go up to Greenway. Greenway gets nudged off the puck on the back check by McDavid. How do you get nudged off by McDavid, Greenway? Come on. Anyway, Kaprizov with a good back check there is going to pick up that puck. He's going to find Johansson. No, that's not Johansson, actually. My bad. That is Craig TAKASHI. He picks it off. He finds the pass to Zuccarello. Greenway back to the point. Zamenhof. TAKASHI. The shots can't get through. Oh my goodness, we're trying to find him. Wow, Greenway with the shot does get through. Zuccarello finds Suter. The wrist shot there can't get through by, I believe, Addison. A huge step up by Ryan Suter. Sorensen with the sauce to Yamamoto. A good save. That was a great pass, but an even better save. Yamamoto now is going to find Clefbaum. Clefbaum into Draisaitl. His shot. Stick save from Hunter Jones. Down low goes the puck. It comes back out up top. Greenway still on the ice. We need to get him off the ice. Zuccarello can't get that thing deep enough, but I think Greenway is going to make a beeline for the bench. I believe he, is now officially off the ice. Puljujarvi being pressured by Zuccarello, and they're going to get it up to Draisaitl and get the puck up and out. Draisaitl finds the trailer in Parayko. The shot saved by Jones, and he is going to hold for a whistle. Let's go ahead and actually, I don't mind the third defensive pairing. The third defensive pairing, like I've said, guys, is fine for a third defensive pairing. So I'm going to trust it. I'm going to leave it out there. Rossi, Nykulin, and Hartman. This is Nykulin's, I believe, first season. Yeah, he's a rookie. What a tip there. I don't know who tipped that puck, but that was a great tip. I think it might have been Bjugstad. Is he number 10? No, I believe that's Bjork. Bjork with a good tip there. But this is Nykulin's first appearance in the playoffs, the number 5 center. Interesting. That's a really interesting number for a centerman. Bjugstad is going to give it away to Ryan Hartman. Hartman can get away with it. Can he get through? No, he can't break through. It was a 1-on-2 there. Would have been amazing had he gotten through, but he could not. Cousins easily skates that puck from zone to zone. Gets it in, shoots it. That's bad defense. We can't be letting him skate from zone to zone and get a shot away. Bjork now circles around. He drops it back to Bjugstad. Bjugstad gets through, tries to find Cousins, but Cousins is not on his good hand. Bouchard comes in, gets the puck stripped of him as he's trying to take the shot. Hartman tries to slip that thing into Nykulin, but doesn't get it to go. And it's going to go around to Bjugstad again. It's been all Oilers so far in this overtime, but Spurgeon with a good check. Now we find Hartman. Hartman gets into the zone. Gets board played. He's still going to fight for it. Good to see the two-way game of him working out. He gets in the middle. He's going to dangle backhand. Casey DeSmith stands tall. And halfway through this period, things are looking pretty much one-way traffic when it's as far as the Oilers are concerned. But That was a really good chance. We get an offensive zone draw. I'm going to get the first line out there, see if we can get them against their fourth line. The one-timer! Greenway to Kaprizov! We are going to win it in overtime. I'm glad I got the first line out there when I did. The first line up against the fourth line of the Oilers. I'm not going to roll all 4 lines if I don't need to. But there we go, guys. We get the win. Kaprizov from Greenway. As you can see here, Johansson wins the faceoff. It goes back to Brodin. Greenway finds the streaking Kaprizov for the one-timer on the back door. Easy tap, and you can see him. He just loses his marker, and he's going to stuff that thing in the empty net. And that was about as easy as it comes. But Kaprizov is your Game 1 overtime hero. And I like to see Kaprizov step up because so far he hasn't been a playoff hero for us. It's really been guys like TAKASHI that have stepped up in the playoffs. But TAKASHI forced overtime. Kaprizov put the nail in the coffin. That was only one game, though. Zuccarello is going to take his 1-year, $6 million contract. So, guys, we now have leverage to keep him or trade him. So, if we want, I'm probably going to trade him at the deadline, but at least he's going to retain most of his value. Anyway, we got Game 2 on home ice. Can we continue our good fortune here in front of the hometown crowd? First period, nothing. So, a little bit different than last game. Pretty quiet. Second period, it's 1-1. Kalen Addison gets a goal. McDavid on the power play. Very similar to game number 1 right now. But this time it's tied going into the third period with Edmonton having the majority of the shots. But Craig TAKASHI gets us the lead, followed by Kevin Fiala. The second line coming up clutch. Kirill Kaprizov not to be left out. Nykulin with his first NHL goal. I think his goal I don't think TAKASHI's was from center ice. I think Nykulin's might have been from center ice. But that is a 4-goal third period on home ice, and it's pretty much going to be all she wrote as Zach Parise gets in on the party. And that is it, boys. 5 goals in the third period, a 6-1 final. Really snatching the momentum. Edmonton thought they had it in game 1. We came back, tied it, and then won in overtime. Followed up by a 6-1 demolition. 5 goals in that third period. The first 2 periods were close, and we just happened to be more clinical in front of the goal with our opportunities. But now we have to head north to Edmonton. Will we be able to win a game on the road? I hope so. I think so. We got the momentum right now. I'm not going to change a thing. We'll see how it goes. First period, 1-0. Marcus Johansson, the top 6, are not intimidated by Draisaitl or McDavid. Second period, Marcus Johansson with another goal. Sorensen for them gets Edmonton back to within 1. He actually tied the game before Johansson gave us the lead again. And Dominic Cahoon, just 30 seconds into the third period, that first line of Edmonton is going to get them level in this one. Halfway through the period, Cahoon's goal is the only one to speak about. We're about to hit the 5-minute mark, but not before Matt Zuccarello gets us a 3-2 lead. But Anders Bjork on the third line gets Edmonton level, and we have another overtime game, guys. First game in Edmonton goes to overtime. First game in Minnesota went to overtime. Will the win go to the home team yet again? We certainly hope not. All right, guys, we are in overtime, ready to get this thing underway and get it rolling. Puck drop, McDavid wins the faceoff, and yeah, that's going to be a common occurrence. I think McDavid's going to beat Johansson on pretty much every faceoff, but Johansson relentless on the forecheck, but they are going to break it up to Cahoon, who's pretty much on his own. McDavid is on the one side. The rebound is steered away by Brodin. Good to see that, but an aggressive forecheck there from the Oilers does pin us in the zone a little bit longer. But a good stick lift there from Greenway, a great saucer from, a good forecheck, or I guess pinch, I should say. Greenway now in, tight, backhand, what a move! Jordan Greenway in overtime! His second overtime point of the series, a slick dangle, puts that one home, a great pinch by Brodin, good forecheck. Greenway finds a little space, fakes forehand, goes to his backhand, leaves DeSmith in his wake, and we are going to get out of here in overtime. A good pass there by Johansson, sucks the defender in, the fake forehand by Greenway gets us there. The defenders all turned around and confused. Puts it over the pad just beyond the glove. Smith almost got there, but was not quick enough. And Jordan Greenway gets us the win here in overtime. And Edmonton came back this time. The home team did not win in overtime, and that one was a first shift winner. 2 overtime wins and a regulation 6-1 win. sees us on the cusp of eliminating the Edmonton Oilers, but they certainly will have something to say about it. I'm sure McDavid and Draisaitl will not go quietly. Game 4 in Edmonton, their fans have to be pensive. First period, nothing. Okay, Edmonton leading in shots, but not able to convert. Second period, sees us go up 2-1. Mats Zuccarello with a power play goal. Marcus Johansson with another goal. Jesse Puljujarvi gets Edmonton back to within 1, and that is a huge goal for this series, cutting the lead back to 1. They only need 1 goal. Never mind, they need 2. Kaprizov's insurance marker gives Minnesota a 3-1 lead. We get a power play opportunity. Can we put the nail in the coffin? We cannot. But now we look to Hunter Jones and the defensive core. Can everybody do the work in their own zone with 30 seconds? Yes, they can. Puljujarvi's goal looked important. At the end of the day, it was not. It's a 3-1 win for your Minnesota Wild and a 4-0 sweep of the Edmonton Oilers. The only team to sweep so far in the postseason. Yes, they will. The Colorado Avalanche join us in that list of teams to sweep another team. No other team has a chance. 3-1 lead there for the Detroit Red Wings in their series over the Leafs. The Leafs pull one back. Everybody's just about close. Calgary up 3-1 on the Ducks. The Ducks pull it back too, and so do the Canucks. 3-2 in every series across the league except for the 2 sweeps. So the Arizona Coyotes move on. No other team is moving on. The Detroit Red Wings are going to 7 after having a 3-1 lead. Yikes. And the West is done. Calgary will most likely be facing the Colorado Avalanche, while we will be taking on the Arizona Coyotes, I believe. Over in the East, the only team to advance are the Buffalo Sabres. One more day should give us a clearer picture as the Detroit Red Wings blow a 3-1 lead and the Carolina Hurricanes have eliminated the Florida Panthers. Today, Penguins, Devils, who's going to move on? We shall see. It is the Pittsburgh Penguins, and no, we are not taking on the Coyotes. We are taking on the Colorado Avalanche, the only other team to advance in 4 games. So this one is going to be a tough one, guys, but it's going to have to wait for next week. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in round number 2.